Alright, so here we are. It's hard to believe that we're already at the final box in the Year of Sanderson. This is the Sanderson Box, and I wanted to open it fairly quickly because my mail people left it out in the rain for a little bit, and I have a pretty good idea of what's inside of it, and I don't want it to get wet. So, let's go ahead and open it up and see what the final box has in store. So, we've got a pretty simple wit quote this time. There are still stories to tell, which is definitely true. So, our spoiler warning card. Oh, it says scan QR code for a special message from Brandon. So maybe I will include part of this in the video. I'll see what that message is.
I hope you've had a blast with the subscription box that you guys got. As I always said, I like the idea of a subscription box if it has an end. I am about endings. I think that some people were still expecting that we would come back and announce another one for another year. We're not doing that. Why? Because we did what we set out to do. We made really high quality, excellent products. And I don't want us to be on the hook for continuing to have to do this with worries that the quality will go down. And so this is the end. Every end's a new beginning, of course, but this is the Year of Sanderson. Thank you again so very much. And I'm looking forward to sharing more exciting projects with you in the future. Until then, keep reading, and I promise you, I will keep writing.
But the spoiler warning card says a twist ending. What would the Year of Sanderson be without a surprise or two? Scan the QR code for a thank you from Brandon. And the first item is going to be a Sanderson Curiosity. Celebrate the finale of the Year of Sanderson with this previously unpublished short story from Brandon's early days of writing. Which I have, this already got kind of spoiled for me because Brandon himself said that this was going to be in the box. And it is definitely a short story. I mean, that's pretty thin. I have no idea what it's about, but I really like the design of the front of that. And it's called Long Chills in Case Dough. So I don't know if it's some sort of like a mystery book or what, but I'll go ahead and open it up. So, looks like, if I can get it open, it is a detective story, and there is some artwork on the inside. And it is 64 pages long, so it will not take too long to read through this, but that's pretty cool. I like that we got a little Sanderson Curiosity for, you know, the finale of the box. And Brandon himself says how his Sanderson Curiosities are like before he was published as an author, so this is something he wrote before he had the skills he has now. So it's not going to feel like Brandon's writing now, it's going to feel a little bit dated. But that's okay, it's still going to be interesting. The next item is going to be the writer's notebook, which is probably this. The writer's notebook featuring a note from Brandon, story prompts, and new into-paper art by Randy Vargas. There are still stories to tell. Now it's your turn. So the idea of this is that you can kind of have a notebook to jot down your own stories, although I will likely never write anything in this, and just use it as a collectible. Pop it open. Now right off, this is pretty cool looking. I like the feel of it. It's got that, I don't even know what you call this, where it's bendy and it's rubbery, almost like a Bible. I don't know what you call that cover. But the front of it, engraved, is there are still stories to tell, with stories being, you know, the focal point, being in gold. And then on the back, you just have the Dragonsteel logo. And then on the inside, we've got some pretty fancy looking Stormlight archive imagery, I believe. Yeah, you can see Kaladin and Zeth fighting in the sky. You can see some other Bridge 4 depictions on the right page. And then there's a little acknowledgement thing on the front, which says, "Welcome to my writing notebook. You might notice it's not completely empty. The rest of the space is for you to do with as you please. I thought it'd be fun to present this book with ideas I've had over the years. Every few pages we've added an actual note from my own writing notebook, where I keep stories and ideas to be used later. You might recognize some of these. In fact, several of them became secret projects that were a part of this very Kickstarter. Regardless of whether I've used them or not, these prompts come directly from me, and you'll have plenty of pages to brainstorm in response to them, or to record your own flashes of inspiration. I believe different writers can take the same prompt and create entirely different stories, each one unique. An infinite number of amazing stories can spring from the same initial seed. An idea isn't what makes a unique story, it's your voice that makes an idea unique, and it's your voice the world needs. Go forth, spin tales, and create wonderful worlds, and always remember to err on the side of awesome." So, it looks like there's just going to be different quotes throughout here, with different anecdotes at the bottom. This one says, "A culture where everyone always wears gloves and no one touches because skin-to-skin contact allows magic to be used." So yeah, at the bottom of some of these, you're just going to have different prompts from Brandon. And then on the back end pages, we have a depiction of Mistborn Era 1 and 2 kind of blended together there. Excellent artwork. And I mean, if you're going to end on something, it makes sense to end the Year of Sanderson with a notebook to journal your own stories. I mean, that feels fitting. And I like how so far we have 2 different books from this one box. Alright, and the third thing is Dragonsteel brand socks. Formal enough for dress shoes or casual enough for sandals, these socks are the epitome of versatility. Wear one, wear both, matched or not, but please don't use them as pasta strainers. And here we have them. They seem to be your typical sock quality that you would expect from being printed. They have the Dragonsteel logo just interspersed throughout them, and on the sole of the feet, it says "Air" on the side of awesome. And these are medium in size, which I assume pretty much fits everyone. So yeah, got some nice socks. And the fourth thing we have is the Cosmere character pin. So there's actually 2 pins. Let's see. The Cosmere character pin this time around is going to be Kelsier, which makes sense to end with Kelsier. Surviving, thriving, and staying alive straight from the mists of Luthadel and immortalized in enamel. Here's pin number 12, Kelsier. And we can see Kelsier doing some, I mean, he's basically just posing with a knife, looking like he might be about to strike someone. It's a pretty good pin. I like it. I think it's suitable that we end with Kelsier, seeing as the entire Cosmere is going to end with Mistborn. So it makes sense to end on one of the most well-known characters, Kelsier. And our final item is the secret bonus pin, this one being Brandon Sanderson himself. 4 secret novels, 1 author, and the greatest fans on Earth. As a final thank you gift for our full Year of Sanderson backers, we're ending the Series 1 pin set where it all began. Presenting pin number 000, Brandon. And on the pin, it looks like Brandon is leaning on 5 books, which is very fitting. And I'm just going to call them the first half of the Stormlight archive because they look pretty hefty. I mean, they literally span like half of his body and he's able to lean on them. And it's a pretty good pin. He's got a Bridge 4 shirt on. This feels like a suitable ending for the Series 1 pin sets. So I'll just set him over there. Alright, so this concludes the year of Sanderson. This was the big finale, the Sanderson box. Overall, like the box. Sanderson Curiosity, nice bonus. Is this my favorite box? Probably not, but it depends on how good this 65-page, probably non-Cosmere related book is. Hopes aren't super high, but glad we got it. Seems very fitting that we end the year of Sanderson in the Sanderson box with the writing journal. It's a pretty cool journal. Not something that I'm going to physically use, but I love the front and end pages with Stormlight and Mistborn with some gorgeous artwork, to be honest. And the socks, hit or miss for me. I mean, they're socks. The 2 character pins, I like that we got a bonus Brandon. I mean, that's a pretty cool pin. And then it seems fitting that we would end this whole thing with Kelsier. So overall, with the year of Sanderson, I'm happy that we got it. I haven't had too many issues with it. And I hope that in the future they do another year of Sanderson. Do I think that they're going to have 4 Secret Project books backed into the next one? Probably not. But with Brandon, you never know. For me, I would say that I like the more collectible-based stuff. And I'm not as big of a fan of like the gift shop, trinkety type stuff, kind of like the socks. But I get that it's a mystery box and they wanted to get 5 items in there. So overall, happy with the year of Sanderson. And in the near future, I'm going to be releasing a Way of Kings summary split into 5 parts. It's going to be pretty massive, probably 45 minutes per part. So you're looking at like a 4-hour Way of... That sounds insane. That sounds insane. I can't do 4 hours, but it might be 4 hours. And you can expect that for each of the Stormlight books. So for that and for more Cosmere invested content, consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time.